My name is Arthur Haecker. I'm the instructor of trombone at East Tennessee State University. And today we're going to be talking about legato playing as it relates to your slide arm. Now usually when we talk about legato, we really start talking about the legato tongue, and that's something we spend a lot of time working on. And don't get me wrong, that's extremely important and something that you should absolutely be practicing. But if you're having trouble with legato and you've been spending a lot of time on the legato tongue, one of the reasons might be your slide arm. And the reason why is that as trombonists, we sometimes get into a habit of really thinking about almost punching at the note. So it creates this real jerky motion, especially when we're trying to play fast or legato. And what I found was a couple of things. First of all, whenever you play like this, your tone just tends to bounce, so it affects your sound. But it also can really affect your legato, because in order to compensate for that bounce, you tend to put a little harder tongue in between the notes than maybe you would normally when you're trying to play legato. So what I started thinking about to get away from that is utilizing all of the hinges in my slide arm. And what I mean by that is using my fingers, my wrist, my elbow, and my shoulder. And this last one, the shoulder, is particularly important, and I think one that we just don't use very much. And I'll show you what I mean. That when we're using our elbow to play and using our elbow too much, the tendency is like this, right? But what I'm going to do is if I extend my shoulder forward a little bit, it goes from this motion and suddenly it becomes this motion. Notice how much smoother that is. And it allows the freedom of the wrist and fingers to kind of flow at the end of it. And that will really, really increase the ability that you have playing legato. So let me show you what I mean. So for this demonstration, I'm going to play Bordoni number 6. Bordoni is, of course, a book we should all have in our library, and is a fantastic tool for working on legato along with a lot of other things, phrasing, intonation, you name it. So I'm going to start this particular etude and watch how I engage my shoulder as it relates to the elbow and the wrist. You see how that works? When I went out to 4th position and 5th position especially, I really was thinking about my shoulder and bringing that forward. Here I'll do it again, and this time I'll play it out of rhythm a little bit, so maybe you can get a better view of what it is that I'm talking about. So I know that kind of shows you what I mean, that it just creates this smoothness that then just works so well with that great legato tongue that you've already been working on. This is particularly effective when you're playing faster and you want to play faster legato. There's a later passage in this etude that I'll play, and as you'll see, when I get away from this kind of motion, it just really lets my slide move smoothly, which really, really assists with my legato. So there you go, pretty smooth, right? And the reason why is that by pushing my shoulder forward, my elbow is actually working less hard, and it allows the other joints to work in conjunction with that. So a really good exercise, if you want to practice this, is, it comes from the Remington book, and it's just 3-note scales. So the pattern just goes like this. And so on and so forth. And you can even try this in different keys. Like one that I like to really do is in the key of D major, because that really utilizes the 5th position, especially that coming from 2nd to 5th. You really need to have a nice, clean legato slide arm. you some things to think about and maybe to practice. If you like this video and you got something out of it, I encourage you to check out my website. It's ahaecker.com, and there's a lot of interesting things on there, some performances, some other pedagogical little things like this, so I hope you enjoy it. Also, I encourage you to check out East Tennessee State University if you want to maybe set up a Skype lesson, or if you want to maybe come and visit us. I'd love to host you one day. So anyway, have a lovely day, and we'll talk again soon.